We're right before Shavuos, and we're talking about Kabbalah Torah. The problem is that Kabbalah Torah is not a simple thing. The question is, do we really want to Kabbalah Torah? We know what that means. What does it mean that we want to Kabbalah Torah? It's not a simple story to Kabbalah Torah, right? Man is in conflict. We're in conflict. We want, we don't want. I want to daven, I don't want to daven. I want to learn, I don't want to learn. Every day we're in conflict. We are constantly, we're made out of two parts, and we seem to be saying, yes, I do, I don't want to look, I don't want to look, I want to eat, I don't want to eat. We're constantly in conflict about what's right and wrong. And things that are wrong, sometimes we want to do them, and sometimes we don't want to do them. So, to Makabel Torah means that I really, really want to do the right thing. I want to follow the Torah. But the problem is, it's not so simple. Because that means, for example, what do you mean I want to follow the Torah? You know, I have to get up every day before 8:15 in order to be Kriyat Shema. Right? A guy who got 30 years and he wakes up. You know, what happened to Sunday in America? Can't we sleep late one day a week? I mean, is it a little bit overkill, you know, to get up early every day? And I can't speak Lashon Hara from the Kabbalah Torah. What am I going to talk about all day if I can't speak any Lashon Hara? And when it comes to sneers, I have to guard myself. And a guy gets married, he can only, be next to his wife 2 weeks out of the month. Do I really want all these things? I mean, like, this is what I want? I mean, ask the guy really honestly, is that really what you want? And you know what else? You know what? I have to, it says in the Pirkei Avos that I have to sleep on a bench and eat bread and salt and drink water. Do I want to be poor? A minimal existence? Is that really what I want? No, you know what I really want? I want that Porsche 911 with the target roof that comes off. Ask me what I really want. What do I really want?
Like a little money.
Right. I want to be poor? Is that really what I want? Right. And in terms of kashrus, I have to wait 6 hours? Oh no, we'll give you some tofuti. Oh, tofuti, that will, paradise. No, that will compensate. No, I want the real thing. I want the Haagen-Dazs. I don't have a tofuti. I have to wait 6 hours. After Makabel the Torah. The Torah says I have to wait 6 hours. I have to wait. What can I do? Yeah, it says I have to kill myself even for Torah. It says here, the Torah is only Mekayim, the Gemara and Shabbos. It says the Torah is only Mekayim, someone who kills himself in the Torah. Right? I have to be 24/7. What am I, like some kind of monk or something? I'm a Buddhist guy. I go in a room all day with a bunch of men and we're sitting there 24/7. And is that really what I want? Is that the Torah that I want to Makabel? There's a conflict here. How do I overcome this conflict? Rabbi Chananu, Gemara on Shabbos, on 88b. Rabbi Chananu. It says Rabbi Chananu, the son of Rav Papa, said. That's what's written. It says, Shim'u ki negidim adaber. Listen for, this is what talking about the Zman of Kabbalah Torah. Listen for I will speak princely things. What are these princely things? Why the words of Torah are considered things for princes? Because just like a prince has the power to give life, if he pardons somebody, he can save a guy's life, and he has the ability to kill somebody, so too the words of Torah, listen to this, the words of Torah have the power to kill and to give life. This is unbelievable. Samamavis. Right? So what does that mean? Now wait a second. The Torah can kill people? I mean, it's talking about learning Torah. It's talking about the Torah itself. It's talking about learning Torah. It can kill a person. What does it mean? So the Gemara goes on to explain. Hanudama Rava. This is what Rava says. To those who grasp it with the right hand, it is a samachayim. It is a drug of life. And those who grab it with the left hand is considered a drug of death. Second kasha. What? I'm going to learn Torah. It's potentially going to kill me. It could wipe me out. How can it be that holy Torah is going to kill somebody? It's going to wipe the person out. Okay. So, if you look at Rashi, Rashi gives Peshat. What does it mean left hand? What does it mean right hand? When it means he learns Torah with the right hand, Oskim b'kol kocham, he used all of his energy, all of his strength. V'tir de ladas, and he works hard to understand the sod, the essential meaning of the Torah. Ka'adam, like a man who works with his right hand. It means he works with all of his energy.
Strong hand is the right.
Strong hand. He works with his strong hand and all of his energy. So then we say that the Torah is a drug of life. Rav Dessler says the opposite. Rav Dessler says and the opposite. You got to hear this. This is scary stuff. If you don't put all your energy in, it's very mashma from this. He doesn't explain what the left hand is. The left hand is obviously the opposite of that, where you learn the Torah, safufa, come in, I learn a bit here, I learn a bit there, learn a bit this. It's going to kill a person. Now, why is it going to kill a person? Why is it going to lead to death? So we have two kashas now. The first kasha is, do I really want to makabel the Torah? The Torah is so difficult. I mean, why not? The second kasha is, why is it going to lead to death? So Rav Dessler says an unbelievable thing. Well, he says that a half-hearted thing, if you do it half-hearted, it's going to lead to rejection. The rejection of the Torah itself. If you reject the Torah itself, you've given up on life. A person doesn't keep the Torah. He comes for 120 years. He comes through his purpose. His purpose is to build himself a world in the next...
Why is he going to reject?
Why is he going to reject? It says like this. The Torah is filled with all these things that go against our grain. Right? You have to get up in the morning. Like I said, what happened to sleeping late on Sunday? I can't do that. You have to keep 6 hours. You have to be masir. You have to push yourself to come to a base of midrash and sit here. You can't. You have to guard your eyes. It goes against the grain. If a person just learns the Torah stuff, what's he going to pick up? He's going to pick up all these laws. I can't do this, and I can't do a bunch of rules. He's going to wind up with a bunch of rules. I can't do this, and I can't do that, and I can't do this. At a certain point, it's like, why should I do it? You know, this is not for me. I can't. I have to wait 6 hours between milk and meat, and I have to eat matzah on Pesach, and I have to be Messiah, and I have to stay up all night on Shavuos, and I have to fast on Yom Kippur. Forget about it. I'm not interested in this. Well, what keeps me going? What keeps me going?
Well, it's even draining him all the time.
Draining me, finishing me. Why should I be religious? Why should I be religious? If I learn the Torah that way, what's going to keep me going? What's going to keep me the energy? I just forget about it. It becomes bitter, it becomes sour. What is this religion? Or what's the refuah? Listen to this. The refuah is like Rashi said. If you put the energy in with all of your strength, then it becomes a samach, chaim. If you put all your energy in, then it becomes life. Why? Because when you start to learn, you start to see, wow, this is emes. This is truth. This is unbelievable. You see, and you start to learn up the Torah in the right way, you start to see that godless, this comes from God. And when you start to see that this comes from God and this is truth, and the only way you'll see that is when you really start to put the energy in, like we're doing in this year.
If you learn 4 dafim of truth or 8 dafim of truth, do you not get 4 dafim of truth?
Because you won't see the truth.
Why is it truth or is it truth?
You only see the truth. This is what Rav Dessler says. Listen what he says. The way to acquire the Torah is therefore to learn it in depth, with excitement and a sense of discovery. And this way, he says, and this way we will taste the sweetness of the learning. If you just read daf after daf, you're going to come up with a bunch of rules. And in the end, if you continue in that way, you will become bitter. It's only when we go into it we say, hey, wait a second, this doesn't make any sense. I got a kasha here on Rav. What's going on? Oh, I learned the Tosfos. You say, wow, look at that, Tosfos answered it. Yeah, but Tosfos doesn't make any sense. They go further. But another achronat. And you see all the problems, and you get into it.
That's fine if that makes you say wow, but what if it doesn't make you say wow? What if you say, now I've got 4 people saying 4 different things, I know what they say, I worked it all out, but now I don't have no better idea than I did in the beginning. What if learning Iyun just doesn't make you say wow? It doesn't excite you?
You're learning Iyun wrong, right? Means you have to go forward. You have to go forward and see the greatness. When you see an answer, when you see a Kasha Rabbi Kiva Eger that you spend 3-4 days on, and you see his answer, you see godliness. You see gaonis. You see a light that you've never saw before. And when you see that light, then you'll start to understand. Listen, Boychilik. Listen. Shabbos, Shabbos is good for you, And getting up in the morning to do Kriyat Shema, it's unbelievable. It's giving you life. And you know what else? And keeping 6 hours. And you know what else? It's showering yourself and not being next to your wife for 2 weeks out of the month. It's the best thing for you. It's truth. It's emes.
Shouldn't it prove itself?
What? It does prove itself. How does it prove itself?
To do it?
By learning. By learning, it proves itself. When you learn, you see the emes. When you see the emes, you understand this is what you were created to do. You were created to live this way. This is the healthy way to live. This is the best way to live. This is the most geschmack. Right, you'll feel it. This is the most geschmack way to live, because you understand, if you watch people in life, as they go in the wrong way, it looks okay on a teenager. And it looks okay maybe on a 28-year-old guy. When he starts to get 35, 40, and he was off the derech, you start to see there's something wrong here. When he gets 50 and he gets to be 65 years old, and he's sitting on Ben Yehuda Street with a baseball hat and a pair of shorts, looking at girls walk by, there's something wrong here. You know what I mean? You realize the guy missed the boat. You realize, the guy's divorced, and his whole family relationships are messed up because he didn't work on himself, he didn't work on his midas, he didn't work on his things, and he destroyed all of his relationships. In the end, he has nothing. Ephes. You'll start to understand that this is emes. All this Mesiras Nefesh that we have right now is giving us the best life, the best way. Kashrus is the best way. Mesiras Nefesh, fasting on Yom Kippur is the greatest thing. Okay, so it happens to be inside the Gemara itself. This is my own.
Where's the Torah going to go?
I'm going to use the second half of the Gemara to answer you. The second half of the Gemara says there's another Peshat here. What does it mean that the Torah is like princely things? What does it mean it's princely? He says like this: Kol dibur v'dibur sheyotzim u'piv HaKadosh Baruch Hu kishurim lo l'sheni ketara. It says every word that came out of at Har Sinai, when we mekabel the Torah, every word that came out of the mouth of Hashem had two crowns on it. What does Rashi say? Two crowns. The dibur shahaya bamash. The dibur had mamash. We saw the words, right? We saw the sound. That was one of the experiences that we had at Sinai. We saw with our eyes sound. So, and the Rambam says it was only at Sinai that we had Torah b'tachon. Up until then, we had Moshe, we had the Avos, but it wasn't until it became so integrated in us that we had that experience at Sinai that we became Torah b'tachon. So I'll answer you like this. You say, what happened to the tigers? I still want to have ice cream. The answer is, it's so real to you. When you learn Be'iyun, B'ezrat Hashem, the more you learn Be'iyun, the Torah becomes so real that it's the word of Hashem, these things start to float away. Because it's real. In other words, wait a second. I know, God forbid, a person eats sugar 24/7, he's going to get diabetes. Does he want to eat sugar? When it becomes real to him, the famous thing, how's the guy stop smoking, right? The guy is smoking, they're talking to him, he can't stop, he won't stop, he can't stop. One day they take him over to the heart and lung section over there, and they show him the pictures of the lungs and the blackness, and the guy sees with his own eyes that this guy's, when he sees a pink lung, what that looks like, and he sees what a guy's lungs are filled up with black smoke, real.
But he doesn't fight for that one.
No, at that point he stops. No, it becomes real. That's the point. When the Torah becomes real, it's a Samachayim. When the Torah becomes real, it's Samachayim. When it becomes real, it's Samachayim.